we're talking to Nico here in a bit, right?
Yes.
You know, just with him in particular, I know we've talked a lot about the freshman, but with him and his glove, just what are some of the tangible skills that he possesses that he's such an effective fielder there at that third base spot?
Yeah, I think right now, I mean, to this point, he's just made the routine plays. I mean, balls that have been hit at him, he picked them up and threw them to first base. And since he's been here, he's had an accurate arm, and want him to keep that up. But it's just been one of those things where he's had some plays that he should make hit at him, and he's made them, and that's really all you can ask for.
Are you guys still anticipating that he'll see some time on the mound? Is that still in the cards, or?
It's definitely in the cards. Win is, we really value him at third and in the lineup, and we like our pitching, and he will pitch at some point because he's got to get the work in because we feel like we will need him at some point, but we are in no way rushing into that or feel a need to get him in a game at this point. Could that change very quickly? Yes, with how weekends go and how many arms you use up in the first couple of days.
You have the good problem of a lot of guys who are seeing the ball really well. How difficult is it right now to make a lineup and try to keep some of these guys on the streaks they're on?
A couple of those spots are difficult. Some of them aren't really too difficult at all. It's pretty cut and dry for me. But yeah, it's good. I like where they're at. Like, they did some things. Tuesday was fine. I think we should have made some adjustments a little bit earlier. But that's baseball, man. It's tough game. 4 games, or what is it, 5 games? Jeez, do your math, Michael. 4 games in 5 days. I thought they got done what they needed to get done and executed when they needed to execute. But yeah, I mean, it's tough. It's like you feel like, Tuesday you were, and he scored 8 runs, right? Like, and the pitching pitched well. So I think they've done a good job to this point, and we just got to continue to build off it and get better.
Back to Nico, when you have a guy that was a shortstop and a high velocity thrower, and now he goes to the corner, and it's a different situation throwing the baseball. It seems like he knows when he needs to bring it and when it's, hey, I can just make the routine play. Is that something that he went too quickly, or was it something that y'all had to work on?
I think I know him and Cliff put in a ton of work, and it is different because going from shortstop in high school to third base in college, it happens a lot quicker, and sometimes when it happens quick, then it gives you time, right? So it's a different balance of how you play, and I know him and Cliff have put in a ton of work, and he's definitely got better at it since he's been here. When he first got here, we really worked the guys, and Cliff worked the guys at all 3 positions, and he got some time at shortstop, but I would say the bulk of his time was at third, and then when we got back into spring, the majority of it has been at third, if not almost all of it. I know they do some work, though, every day where guys touch every single position just so, they can stay sharp just in case.
Weekend 2 for your starting pitchers here. Is there any metrics or benchmarks you want to see from these guys that you're charting, or is it more so, hey, just go out there and have another good outing, in weekend 2?
You said starting pitchers or
Yeah.
pitchers? Starting pitchers for me, keep us in the game and give us some length. So you can get those, we can get to the 5th or 6th inning, like that's doing your job. And then, the plus would be, Aiden Sims 1 hit, not giving up anything or giving up whatever happened. But yeah, just, giving us length so we don't have to go to the bullpen early is the biggest. And then, obviously really good performances and these guys continuing to get better and give us those, we love a dominant performance. We'll take it anytime we can. But I think length for starting pitcher just helps you out for the entire weekend.
Coach, what's the latest on Chris Okobi? How's it feeling?
Yeah, I just saw him hit off the tee. He's feeling a little better. It's one of those things where, we have a sense of urgency to get him in there, but also, we have a long way to go. We want to make sure we don't have any setbacks. I'd love to see him play this weekend. I'd say tomorrow's up in the air and every day moving forward, but we just want to make sure he's good to go and healthy because we're going to need this guy, and he really changes our team and can help us win a ton, and we don't want to have anything linger that we could have really got ahead of this early in the season.
Is the lower back with him?
It's like lower to mid. So yeah, stuff I've seen a ton. It's one of those. My back hurts sometimes, right? So it's just like you give it a few days and kind of get it under control. He should be all right.
You mentioned Cliff Pennington working with the guys in the infield, but what have you seen from him in his first 4 games with you, helping run this offense?
He does a great job. it's really cool having him, and he's just made my guess, game experience and job just a lot easier. Just the things he does now that I don't do anymore, and he does a lot better job at them. And he's really good third base coach. He's really good with, scouting report on the opposing pitchers, everything. I handle how they throw to the batter. He handles everything else. Defensive positioning, him and JK communicate a ton on that. He's just a really good baseball guy and a really good coach, and he's got a steady presence during a game, which you don't know about until you coach with someone. Like this thing's not moving fast for him, right? Like completely in control of what he does, whether it be at third base or over there, moving infielders, and just some of the language and how he talks to guys during the games. Like it's awesome to have him on our team.
What do you see from the Penn team you're going to face this weekend?
I admire their program a ton. Honestly, it started when they came in here and beat us, and the type of players they had and how they, I asked those guys, and I said it on the radio this morning. I've asked, and even Shot, because I think Columbia's, they're really similar programs. But just talking to Jackson and Wyatt, like why were you guys so team? Like it's just such a buy-in, and you feel it, and you feel like they're never out of it. And that's the thing. Like to me, they got some good players, but their strength to me and their program has been built on just team. Like guys willing to do anything for the team. From their two-strike approach to just the effort that they play with. Like we want to be like that, right? Like we can't be out-teamed by them. You know what I mean? We need baseball to figure it out. We can't let those little things that they do really well, that they care about a ton, be the reason that they beat us.
Is Jackson and Wyatt going to throw out the first pitch?
Jackson is already at spring training, and I have arranged Wyatt will throw out the first pitch tomorrow. So he better throw a strike, or I will boo him. He's not giving me any info. He's staying right in the middle, which is fine.
Do you look back at that time when Penn beat you? Is that a good reminder, I guess, of kind of where the program is now, or where you want to be, I guess, as opposed to what happened last time?
It's just a little bit. I remember at the time, that was in 22, correct, right?
Yes.
That team was started off like a little rocky, and they came in here, beat us, and then I think we lost some more games. I think it's just a reminder, just in today's college baseball, and as you start watching these games, or maybe you personally as a coach feel like you just played a midweek that was too close, and then you turn on someone else and you're like, they played a close game. I just think it's a reminder that it's baseball and anyone can beat anyone, right? And it's not necessarily who the better team is or who's perceived to be the better team, but who's the better team on that day, who gets the big hit, what ball falls, did you play fundamentally? I think it's cool to have him back in here. Like I remember being extremely upset when they beat us, right? And I haven't forgotten it. So it'll be good. It'll be good. I want to beat them as much as any other team, but that was, I had to hear about it for 2 years from Jackson and Wyatt, and them coming here is a big reason why those guys ended up at A&M too. So it's all positive, but really looking forward to playing them.
How do you evaluate what you've seen from Darden so far? Even the other day when he gave up the lead, but you get a runner at third, nobody out, and he gets 2 strikeouts. And does his role morph? You've had some good middle, long relievers that have been key roles since you've been here.
Yeah, I think it's really going to be what the game what the game tells us. It could be earlier, it could be later. It's really going to depend on the matchup, what length we think we can get out of him in that part of the order. I think, you could see him for multiple or just for a brief stint, depending on where we are in the game, just kind of like the other day. It was Darden. Then we really liked Vargas, where they were. And Darden had just, he had just thrown. And getting Juan in there and following it up with Fresh. It's going to be a little bit of a hybrid. JK's got these guys in a position right now where they can do a lot. Like they've all kind of been extended, probably more so than they would be used in the season. Part of the reason for doing that is 4 innings against your own team, no matter how you spin it, when you throw 4 innings against someone else, it just feels different. Like you can't account for that adrenaline that it's hard to replicate in practice. So by extending them, it helps them in those shorter stints, just because they are going to be a little emotionally gassed, and it just is what it is. So we think we've done a really good job of just preparing these guys to throw as much as we possibly think they can throw in a season.
Cool touch to have.
Or in a game, not a season.
Cool touch to have Troy over back in 12 over there. What was kind of the backstory of getting that number back on him?
I just like, I didn't play here, right? Like I didn't play here, but I just think this program and like the players that have played here, like you should see. A lot of them have left, but how cool it is to have all the pro guys here in the morning. Like I looked down today and I saw Jack Moss, right? And you got Justin Lampkins around and just guys all over the place that played here. And I think if you played here and you're on the staff here, like you should wear the number that you had when you played here. And there's no rule against a coach and a player wearing the same number. And I wanted Cliff, like, didn't care about 5, but I thought it was important. Like, he wore 5 when he played here, and Troy wore 12. And I just think it's super cool. Like, that was their number when they played here, and I think that's the number they should wear. And Troy is the first one, so I think it makes it, a little extra. It's awesome to have Troy on staff. Troy's one of those coaches one of those players I coach. He's one of about 4 that, like, as soon as I coach him, get a little bit of time with him, like, man, if this guy chooses to be a coach, if I can't talk him out of doing that, he'd be a really, really good one.
So no quick punt return changes, for if you get the guy on the base.
No. I don't think we want Troy on the bases. If you remember, he's pretty station to station, but he had a knack to get the big hit.
Anything else? That's all we got. Thank you, Coach.
All right, thank you.